This is the view you want to open up on a Monday morning in order to avoid those 45-minute status meetings that only seem to drain everyone. Tasks are assigned, tracked, completed, and reviewed with minimal effort. This is how your team knows what to work on without you telling them, and how you know what they're working on without you having to ask them. And as a cherry on top, you've got 45 minutes back every Monday morning. I was brought in to work with a large consumer goods company, and their corporate communications team was managing every project deliverable in Excel. They had multiple spreadsheets floating around, no single owner for every task, and nobody really knew what was due this week versus next without having to email around and find out. And every Monday morning, they spent 45 minutes in status meetings just trying to figure out where everything stood. We built them a task management system in Airtable, and their status meetings have been a breeze ever since. Before I show you the inner workings of the system, let's agree on one thing, and that is the reason why most marketing teams don't yet have visibility into their tasks. Most people think it's because their team is lacking in some way, or they don't have enough people, or they have too much work. In reality, the problem is that their tasks live everywhere except for one single central place. See, when tasks are scattered, the only way to get updates on where they lie is by asking someone. And that's how these status meetings show up on your calendar. The true solution is to bring every task under one roof so they all live in one location. Okay, so here's what makes this system different than a simple to-do list. As you can see here, we have our tasks table. Our tasks table has our task name. Every task is linked to a project in our project table. So we can see all of the projects here that are able to be linked to this task. And every single project that is linked to a campaign will automatically link the task to that same campaign. So we can see here we have a campaign field, but this is actually a lookup from the project. So we're pulling in the campaign of the project into every task. This is the power of a relational database like Airtable. We have our start date and our end date fields, and these fields automatically calculate our duration in days here. So if I change this date to be 2/28, let's say, our duration is going to change accordingly. And that is because we have date dependencies set up on this field. So we can set up this function, which is a very special feature for date fields, where we can set a start date, a due date, or an end date, set the duration in days field as we've already created, and also link a predecessor field. This predecessor field allows us to define a task that comes before this task. And if we move that task's dates, the dates of this task will also move. So if we move the predecessor task dates 5 days later, so we have a 5-day delay, then the dates on the task that is in question will also be moved. In addition, we have a pipeline of statuses that every single task goes through. So we have ready to start, in progress, in review, and completed. These allow us to set up automations, which I'll show you in a second, that trigger when these tasks reach certain stages of the pipeline. We also have the assignee field, which allows us to send notifications to specific people based on their email or their Slack information. So we've got our full list of people from our people table, and as soon as we link a person to this task, this will also show up in their personal task view. You've got a priority field. This just helps us see high versus low priority tasks, and a task type field that defines whether it's a creative task, copy task, approval task, launch task. We can have any kind of task we want in here depending on what kind of business you're running. And then finally, we have this estimated hours field, which is how much time do we expect this task to take. This is especially important for our capacity planning view, which I'll show you in a second, which allows us to allocate our time to various projects and people depending on their availability. All right, so that's the back-end data layer that shows us the structure of how tasks are built in our system. Let's take a look at the front-end capacity planning views that make all of this task-related data easy to visualize over time, so we can take action and plan ahead in the future for people's workloads. So jumping into the interfaces, we can see this capacity planner view has already been set up for us with all of our assignees here on the left and the future months and the utilization for each of these people on the right. So we can see, for example, Alex has a pretty good November, December, and January lined up for them. We can see for February and March, things are going to get pretty quiet. So we can assign some work to Alex during those months. We can see for David, however, his January is going to be pretty packed. He's got a 111% utilization, and we've got this whole thing color coded so we can quickly see where people's allocation is at a glance. And so for David, we can see that he's got a couple of tasks here that we may want to move out into the future so that he has a little bit of breathing room for this month. So I'm going to go ahead and move this task out to start in February. And we can see that his utilization now drops to 92%. Now, 92% is still pretty high. So maybe we want to, instead of changing the date for this launch email task, let's actually just reassign it. Let's reassign it to Alex so that David has a little bit of breathing room in January. And as you can see, his utilization for January is yellow, 77%. He is doing all right. This is the difference between a task list and a task system. Last but not least, let's talk about the automation that keeps everyone on track. So jumping back into the back end, let's look at our automations and how these are set up. So the first automation I want to show you all is an automation that sends a notification to an assignee when a task hasn't been completed and it's within 1 day of the due date. So what I've done, I've got a view here ready for task reminder that is set up based on the filter that the task has a due date that's within the next day and the task status is not completed. So in our automation, those are going to be the conditions that allow this automation to trigger. And when that automation triggers, we are going to send a message to that assignee with a couple of pieces of information that just remind them that this task is on their plate and needs to be done. So we've got the task due tomorrow, we've got the name, the project, the priority, the type of task it is, the status, and a link to it in Airtable. And if we go ahead and run this test, we will get that notification and it will get sent directly to our Slack where we can see that information in the context of our messaging app. With this automation, nobody misses a deadline just because they forgot and didn't have awareness over the task. We're going to notify them at the right time, in the right place to make sure that they are staying up to date with their work. And the system takes care of it all without any human intervention. The second automation we've set up is an automation that gets triggered when a task goes into review. So when that task status gets moved to in review, we are going to send a message to the reviewer of that task so that they can be notified that this task is now on them to take action on. So we'll go ahead and generate a preview. It's very similar to the last one with very small differences. And again, this gets sent directly into their Slack without any human intervention so that everyone stays in the loop and on top of their work without a whole lot of extra back and forth email threads, channels getting blown up with notifications, etc. And if we ever need to go directly to that task in Airtable, we can click this link. It's going to take us to that task in Airtable, and there's no confusion or ambiguity about what needs to get done and when. As soon as something's ready for review, you get notified without anyone having to tell you. We're already in our task manager view, which is what you can open up on Monday morning to see what's due this week, what's due next week at a glance. We could see all of our tasks if we wanted to, but this is filtered to see just the upcoming work so that you can stay focused in the next 7 to 14 days with your team. So as you can see, we've got these groups by the week that they are due, whether it's this week, whether it's next week. We can also see tasks that are due in the future if you wanted to show those here as well. And those will get shown in this same view. But again, we're trying to create a focus view so we can hit the ground running Monday morning with a focus view of what we've got to get done. This is the view you want to open up on a Monday morning in order to avoid those 45-minute status meetings that only seem to drain everyone. Tasks are assigned, tracked, completed, and reviewed with minimal effort. This is how your team knows what to work on without you telling them, and how you know what they're working on without you having to ask them. And as a cherry on top, you've got 45 minutes back every Monday morning. As always, the template for this exact system is available in my marketing systems community. The link to join is in the description. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to connect this task system to your campaign reporting so leadership always has a live view of what's happening across your marketing operation. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.